great. You know, I signed on to one of these famous statements by economists that came out a few years ago in favor of a revenue neutral carbon tax. And I think there's a couple of reasons why it's probably the best policy going forward. First, it's just really simple. The idea is that anywhere that we're emitting carbon or a greenhouse gas into the atmosphere, that's the point at which we should also be imposing the cost that we all bear from the carbon or from the greenhouse gases. So broadly speaking, we're in the realm that economists talk about a negative externality. And what that just means is that we make a choice thinking about the immediate benefits, but it has some negative side effect for somebody else. And in the case of climate change, we have immediate benefits to us when we transport ourselves to work in a gasoline-powered car. And there's a really, really small cost that we impose on the population across the world and our children and grandchildren all over the world because we contribute a really tiny bit to climate change. So the idea is that we add the cost of the carbon, I mean the total cost to society and to the whole globe, we add that cost right at the pump when we're filling up our gas tank, or we add that cost right onto the heating bill when we're using natural gas or in a coal-fired power plant. And so then we're taking the cost and we're building it in to the decision that people make when they decide whether or not to use gasoline or an electric car or something else. And this has a couple of neat benefits. First, it immediately gives an incentive for people to make more energy efficient choices, right? Because the cost we're imposing on everyone is built into our choice when we're using fossil fuels. And that all of a sudden makes more energy efficient choices look a little bit smarter. It makes more environmentally smart choices using less fossil fuels or shifting technologies, imposing some costs so that we can move to renewable energies. All those things look a little bit better because we're confronted with the full cost of our carbon-based energy choices whenever we make those purchase decisions.